whether you're the applicant, the owner, neighboring property owner, or someone else connected to the project in some way. So we will start with Keith.
Yeah, Keith Harsh, I'm the owner.
Okay, great. Welcome, Keith. Keith, I see you're in a vehicle there, which is fine, but I just asked that you not operate the vehicle while
No,
participating in the hearing. Okay.
yeah, I'm parked. It's all good.
Okay, great, fantastic, welcome. All right, and I see we have Christy Wilson as well. Christy, if you could unmute for me. That's typically in the bottom left, little microphone icon.
Okay, better?
Yep.
All right.
Right. So your name is Christy Smith, and are
Well,
you a neighboring?
Christy-
I'm sorry, Christy Wilson.
Yeah.
And you're a neighboring property owner, is that right?
Yes.
Okay, great. Welcome. And okay, it looks like we have a Mr. Painter. Is that Matt Painter?
Yes, correct.
Okay, great. Welcome, Matt.
Thanks.
And
Neighboring
you're-
property owner.
Okay, great. Welcome, Mr. Painter. All right, we have Wes Menzel here from the City Planning Department. Welcome, Wes. And it looks like we have a few individuals from the Zobrist Design Group. If you all could introduce yourselves.
Yes, I'm Tom Arnold, architect of the Zobrist Design Group. Also, we are the applicants.
Okay.
Kurt Zobrist with Zobrist Design.
And Christopher Miller with Zobrist Design.
Chris, could you spell your last name for me?
Miller, M-I-L-L-E-R.
Got it. All right. Welcome to all of you. And then looks like Taylor Smith is also in the meeting here. Taylor, if you could unmute for me.
Yes, sorry, I was muted. Neighboring property owner.
Okay, great. All right, on the applicant owner side, are we expecting anyone else to join us here today?
No, that's our entire team, and that's going to be attending.
Okay, great. Let's go ahead and get started then. I need to read through our hearing script. This is just going to cover the procedure for the hearing, and then we'll begin. So this is the December 10th, 2025 session of the zoning hearing examiner docket. Again, my name is David Sturkey. I'll be presiding over the hearing. The case before us is case number ZH20250126. That's 1249 Hayward Avenue. The purpose of this hearing is to allow applicants and any other parties to testify and to offer and refute evidence and testimony. This hearing will follow the rules found in the zoning code and the supplemental rules of the zoning hearing examiner. All testimony and evidence that an applicant or any other party wishes to offer must be presented at this hearing. The hearing will proceed as follows. The applicant, the applicant's attorney, or the applicant's agent will first present the applicant's case. So for our purposes here today, I'll allow everyone with the Zobrist Design Group and the owner, Mr. Harsh, to tell me about the project, or to tell us all about the project, what exactly it is you're proposing, the zoning relief that you're requesting in order to complete the project, and then of course why you believe that zoning relief is appropriate and should be approved here today. And then anything else you think is meaningful to share. I'll let you all orient that presentation however you would like. One of you can speak, all of you can speak. It's really up to you how you want to do that. After you've had an opportunity to present the case, I'll then turn it over to the general public. So I'll hear from the neighboring property owners that we have here today. I'll then turn it over to Wes Menzel from the City Planning Department. I'll allow him to add any testimony if he would like to the staff report that he has already submitted on this case. In the event that any party testifies or offers argument in opposition to this application, the applicant will have an opportunity to respond to that testimony that was offered in opposition. And then finally, the applicant will have an opportunity to make any closing statements. After all presentations have been made, I will close the hearing. Decisions may be expected within 2 weeks. I may limit or exclude any testimony that I deem irrelevant or outside the scope of the application being considered. I may interrupt any speaker to ask questions or make any comments. In the event of any technical difficulties, I'll do my best to troubleshoot those issues on the fly. But to the extent there's some defect that prevents us from meaningfully going forward with this hearing, I may continue or postpone the hearing at my discretion. Okay. The last thing I need to do is swear in all of our witnesses. So I'd like to collectively do that right now with everyone who intends on testifying. So if you are going to be providing any testimony here today, making any comments, asking any questions, really doing anything other than just strictly observing, the zoning code requires that I swear you in. So I'm going to do that now again with everyone who would like to provide some testimony here. So if that's you, if you could please raise your right hand. I'll need everyone to go off of mute as well and to answer out loud. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you shall provide will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, I do.
Okay, and Mr. Painter, if I could just have you jump off mute just for the record.
Yes.
Okay, thanks a lot. Appreciate it. Okay, great. Let's see. Will the Zobrist team be taking the lead here on the presentation?
Yes, so Tom will be doing the presentation here.
Great, floor is yours.
Thank you, Mr. Sturkey. Always impressed at your ability to get through all that language so quickly. Thank you everyone for joining us today. As I said, I'm Tom Arnold, the Zobrist Design Group. We have prepared design drawings on behalf of the Harkes to construct a covered porch on the rear of their house over top of an existing terrace. That terrace is currently surrounded by a stone retaining wall, an outdoor living area that we're simply proposing to cover with a flat roof structure. The existing terrace encroaches beyond the current setback requirements for the side yard. Thus, our proposed roof does the same. We've tried to rein that in a little bit to comply. We have made it a few feet smaller, but we're still 2.5 feet beyond that current side yard 10-foot setback. Thus, our request to reduce it by 2.5 feet to 7 feet 6 inches. We did look at the ability to create the space that we need by going further into the depth of the yard, but doing so would require removing the retaining wall and would ultimately get into a grade condition that is currently supported by a variety of drainage pipes to combat surface runoff issues from the rear of the property. So we think this is the best solution, one that has no adverse effect on the neighbors. And to that extent, we have shared the proposed project with the 4 immediate abutting property owners. Mrs. Wilson and Mr. Smith being 2 of those 4, and have secured their support via signed site plans that we submitted that should be added to the record if they have not already been so. And David, we can provide that to you directly if that hasn't come your way from either Mr. Menzel or Ms. Mates.
Okay, I can double check on that. So could you tell me a little bit more about the actual physical structure that is protruding into the setback here?
So again, I described an existing outdoor space that is an open air terrace. We're simply proposing to construct a flat roof structure over top of that area, supported by a series of wood posts. We will accompany that with the addition of an outdoor fireplace. And we'll include the ability to enclose the area with screens.
Let me just, I'm going to share my screen so that we can all sort of look at this as I review it. This is from the staff report. It's just some images I believe you submitted in your application material. So this is the existing patio terrace area that you'd like to cover. Is that right?
Correct.
Okay. And looks like some renderings here. So this is the structure, and this is sort of the distance here that's protruding into the setback there. Is that right?
No, you're running the other direction. So that that view is from the south, from the neighbor's vantage point.
Sorry, did you want me to go back to that? Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, it would be coming towards you on the encroachment. The other view shows left or right.
Got it. Okay. So it's this area here that is going into the setback.
That's it.
The side setback. Okay. And then on the site plan, so it's pretty much this distance here.
Correct. So it's noted as such. We also mentioned in the narrative that we looked at a number of the surrounding properties, and a 7'6" side yard setback is not uncommon on Hayward. We mentioned a few specific addresses. Understanding that those were built before the current regulation for 10 feet was incorporated into the zoning ordinance.
Got it. Okay. And again, just to confirm that the space between the posts here, this is all going to be open air. All of this where my
Open
cursor
air
is.
with the option to have an operable screen that would move up and down to enclose the space.
Okay. And the fireplace here that goes into the setback will have, this will be a gas fireplace with looks like, is that a brick or decorative wall or that's going to flank the fireplace? Is that right?
Correct. And it's a vent-free gas fireplace. So the efficiency is such that a chimney or a flue pipe is not required. So it won't be any taller than the roof structure of the porch.
Okay. And it looks like there is some in the site plan, some is this vegetation here, some small trees or shrubs? Is that existing or will that be added as some additional buffering?
We mentioned that in the narrative as well, that will be added just to soften the impact of the view on the neighbor to the south.
Okay. All right. I don't think I have any more questions. Is there anything else you wanted to share before we move to public comment?
No, I think that pretty well describes what's being proposed.
You know what? I do have one more question. You mentioned at the beginning of your testimony that that there was some hardship complying with the setback restrictions here because of, was it a retaining wall and drainage issues? Did I
Yes,
hear that right?
correct. If you go back to the photograph of the existing terrace, again, that vantage point is from the south. Scroll to the other drawing there in the picture. You can see the retaining wall to the left, maybe 3.5 feet high, and retaining the earth from the rear yard, and that topography continues upward. So the parties in their years of owning this property have combated surface drainage issues coming from the depth of the rear yard down towards the house, and have invested a fair amount of money in a system to intercept, collect, and discharge that into the storm system. So the idea of blowing up that wall and digging into the backyard to create a little more space that we are trying to get going into the side yard instead just doesn't seem viable.
Okay. So could you orient me on this quickly? Is this is the rear of the house here?
That is, so you can see the house to the right.
Yeah.
And then the retaining wall opposite.
Got it. Okay. So
David?
Yeah.
You're actually rotated a little bit.
Yeah.
You're looking from the front, that's the side yard to the left.
Yeah.
The rear is straight back. You can see steps descending up into the rear yard, and you can see how the yard slopes up towards the fence line at the back.
Gotcha. Okay. So by extending it further this way allows extra space instead of extending it this way, which would
Exactly.
would cause the hardship. Okay. Wes, did you want to add something quickly on?
Well, I was just going to try to clarify which wall he was talking about because it wasn't clear that it was understood. So
Yeah, no, it was not. My cursor was over here. Okay. All right. Thank you. I just wanted to clarify that and make sure I was properly oriented there. All right. Unless there's anything else, I think we can move to public comment. Anything, Mr. Arnold? Okay. All right, great. We'll start with Ms. Wilson and then go to Mr. Painter. Ms. Wilson, did you want to add anything?
only that I'm the neighbor that that extends toward me, and the Harshes kindly shared their plans with us before they got too far along, and we have no objection.
Okay. All right, great. Thank you, Ms. Wilson, for your testimony today and for being here. All right, Mr. Painter, anything you wanted to add?
This is the first time I've seen these plans. After reviewing them, I would agree with Mrs. Wilson that, in fact, we don't have any objection either to the plan submitted.
Okay, great. Thank you for that. I appreciate your testimony, Mr. Painter. Mr. Smith, I didn't see you get sworn in. I assume you just wanted to observe today. Is that right?
Correct. As Tom indicated, I signed off on the plans that were shown to me, so no further comment.
Okay. Thanks, Mr. Smith. Appreciate it. All right, we'll go over to Wes Menzel. Wes?
Good afternoon. I don't have any comments other than just highlighting one of the comments I made in the report, and that due to the terrace being lower than the surrounding grade, that the roof is kind of at an effective height of 7 or 8 feet above the surrounding grade. So like the impact in the view from the abutting properties is, you know, of a roof that's 8 feet off the ground, not 11 feet off the ground. So there's a little bit of a advantage to the terrace being below the surrounding property grade. So thanks.
Gotcha. So again, if they wanted to extend it further in the rear, that would raise the roof height and have more of a visual impact for neighboring properties. Is that what you're saying, Mr. Menzel?
Well, I'm just saying that the roof is at an effective height of 7 feet from the perspective of the abutting property owners.
Got it. Okay. Anything else, Wes?
Pardon?
Anything else you wanted to add?
No, thanks. That's it.
Okay, great. All right, we'll go back over to the Zobrist team. Anything you want to say in response to any of the public comment or the comments from Wes?
So we appreciate the support of the neighbors and love that they'll be pleased with our efforts.
Okay, great. I think we'll leave it at that then. I haven't had a chance to review the application materials on this. And in the correspondence based on the testimony that I've heard here today, and on the staff report, I think I agree with everyone here that it would be impractical to strictly enforce the zoning code to this particular project. Mr. Painter, just for your reference, I mean, I look at all of these within, you know, their individual context, and so I don't view these as setting any sort of universal precedent for the neighborhood, and it really is context and project based for each one of these. So based on all of that, I am going to approve this particular application. And I need to formalize that approval in a written decision where I'll lay a little bit out. I'll explain some of that a little bit more, Mr. Painter. But as soon as I finish that, I'll put it into a PDF. I'll email it to everybody who's in the hearing here today. So you all have a copy of that really just moments after it's complete. To Mr. Harsh and the Zobrist group, I'm sure you're aware of this process, but as soon as Wes sees that email, he can approve the zoning permitting on his end and you all can take the next steps in the project. Any questions from anyone about any of that? Okay. All right, great. Well, I want to thank everyone again for their time, their testimony. Good luck to the applicants and the owner on the project. Hope everyone has a wonderful holiday season.